I am resident of Cole for YouTube Jules Sains. That is my buddy Patrick McCray. That is my buddy Alan Gallant. That is Chloe Thomas. We are here to talk Dark Shows, episode 621, narrated by Humphrey Allen Ostrato, written by Sam Hall, directed by the lovely Legal Swift. This episode was recorded November 4th, 1968. It was broadcast on Veterans Day, November 11th, 1968. So, you have our Uncle Nicholas here, who is written his hands because Barnabas has been bit and Adam is feeling the effects of it. And
Bird is gone.
He's worried. He's worried. He's debating about. He's heard the videotape of Dr. Lang, and he's sweating it in this episode. So, guys, what did you think of this episode, Chloe?
Oh, I love Humbert. I think he is one of the best actors on that show.
The ladies loved Humbert all the time. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, he was good looking too. But yeah. I mean, he does not replace Jonathan in my heart. However, he is my second choice. But I thought he was great in it. And the way he delivers his lines, his elocution, the way I just think he's fantastic. I especially enjoyed the scenes he had with Grayson Hall. And this was the Grayson Hall Julia, that the way she was with him, that I like. It wasn't none of that whammy, that Barnabas crap. She was excellent. They were so good together. Yeah. I really enjoyed this episode.
Do you know Humbert's history as an actor?
I know he was acting teacher.
He did. He had his own acting school at one point.
And he did Shakespeare out in San Diego, I believe.
He did. Well, he did in various places, actually. He also went to Pasadena Playhouse, I think, after serving in the military during the Korean conflict. Mm-hmm. He, as an entertainer, I guess, he was a comic.
He was a stand-up comic in the Army. Yeah.
Yeah. Really? No, I did not know that.
Yeah. And then
his name was Bud. His nickname was Bud.
His family always called him Bud.
He doesn't look like a Bud. I know he was on in Little Foxes with Elizabeth Taylor, and she fancied him quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, he was very suave, a very erudite individual. Very, he used to
handsome.
That too. He used to he would talk acting with some of the other people, the younger actors in the cast. Laura Parker used to talk about the fact that she learned a lot from him. So, he was born and raised in San Francisco. His father was a grocer, and very, very strong Italian community there in San Francisco. You wouldn't know it with chocolate called Ghirardelli, I'm sure, but and actually his yearbook is on eBay.
Oh, really?
It's not his necessarily, but it's the yearbook when he was a senior in high school. Yeah.
Did he dye his hair when he first came on Dark Shadows? Because in just a couple of years down the road, here he has gray hair, or did they give him gray hair?
I think they might have given him those streaks on the side first. I think his hair went gray a few years.
Well,
like by 1970, I think that was real gray hair, like in his beard and stuff.
I don't know. It wasn't his real beard. I don't think
the one that he had in I think
Evan Hanley?
Dawson. I think Charles Dawson was. Real.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah. When he shows up again with the Leviathans, that gray hair is not real. Neither is Jonathan Frid's. But they went out of their way to age up Jonathan Frid and Humbert, I think, so they could show off Chris Pennock.
It's quite possible.
Why?
And Bruno they were the new generation.
I've got a bunch of teen magazines that'll answer that question for you, because in 1970, Pennock was all over them, along with Selby and also
Conrad
Stroka.
Oh, okay.
Well, Conrad Bain, but Stroka took him out.
Beefcake.
He gave him some of the brown acid and he left. So,
he and Abe Vigoda. I mean, they were the beefcake on that show.
It's
And they
true.
were-
Stop.
They had to give Abe serious makeup to make sure that there wasn't a major swoon.
Oh, Jesus.
Curtis didn't want to deal with all the telephone calls.
Yeah. Fish.
the age of Abe.
The aging of Abe. He
Those
now
glasses.
belongs to the
The
aging.
girls loved those glasses, those Braithwaite glasses.
Mhm.
Oh my God. What happened to Jules?
So, what'd you
He's
think
there.
of this?
He's in a solitary rhapsody at the mention of all of
Listening to
this.
this nonsense.
I'm here.
But anyway, Humbert
Solitary rhapsody.
was one of the better trained actors on the show.
Yes.
He was very, very up on it and had done. I think he'd done more Shakespeare than Frid had, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. And Fred's the first to admit that he's not this great,
Shakespearean actor.
Shatner-esque
He did
Shakespearean actor.
and he was good at it, but he was not. He didn't do it all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I conducted the last interview with Humbert.
That's
Really?
right. He did.
Yeah. And it was live.
That's,
It was over the
that's
phone.
when my antenna went up on you, Patrick. That's when I first
Oh, really?
figured out who you were. So
Yeah. And that was before the day book.
Yep.
Laura Parker was instrumental in sort of getting me in touch with Humbert. And Humbert was he was a tough sell. I had to really emphasize that I was a stage director. I had my degree. I'd been directing for a number of years, teaching for a number of years. And that got his attention, and he wanted to know my biography and all of this other stuff before he would consent to an interview. And I even promised him, so we won't talk about Dark Shadows. Wallace, who ran the website, really leaned on me. And so towards the end of the interview, I said, Humbert, Mr. Estrado, I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of pressure. Can I ask a few Dark Shadows questions? Yeah, sure. Which I wasn't prepared for at all.
No, but by that time you had talked extensively about his career.
That's
and
right.
Asked him acting questions, and so I think, respectively and respectfully, you were a colleague by that
I
time.
paid my dues.
Yeah.
And I, he was a real SOB in a lovable sense. In this way, he trolled me. He had asked me all these questions. We talked about theater ad nauseum in correspondence leading up to that. And the first thing that happened is, like within the first minute, I'm sort of establishing who he is, and I complimenting him, saying, you're really good with language. And he said, what does that mean? I'm really good with language. What does that mean? I was like, well, it's a theater term that we. So I had to go. Well, Humbert, you're sensitive to the nuances of English, what the different words can do, and how the right emphasis on the right syllable, and so on and so forth. You just have a good sensitivity to how to get the most juice out of the words.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, that's like we both know what I'm talking about.
Right.
The hell, that's what I should have said. I said, you taught acting, Humbert. You tell him. What'd you teach puppets? Come on, man. No,
he did talk about one time when he was doing Shakespeare, and it was kind of immersive, and people were forgetting their lines all over the place, and how he had the sense of the role and the sense of the scene and all of that stuff. But the lines, were kind of gone for a minute.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny because every actor has a story like that.
It's true. And you often fake it in iambic, and you don't even realize it until you've gotten off stage. That happened to me.
Yeah.
Estrada was really cool, and I freaked him out after the interview, which I didn't mean to do, and he called me very concerned because he didn't have a lot of sources of pleasure in his life, and towards the end, he was lonely.
And he'd also lost a daughter.
He lost his daughter.
She committed suicide?
No,
right?
she was cancer. She had cancer.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, she was a ballet dancer.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
She actually attended one of the two
Shadow Cows,
gatherings that he attended.
Right? Mm-hmm.
So,
But he just, so I asked him, I said, oh, what's fun for you? What do you like? He said, well, I like reading out loud from my Kindle, Dickens and stuff like that. And so I found him some really cool book on Kindle that was about Dickens or the performative nature of Dickens or something like that. It was right up his alley. And so especially back then when security was less, if you had someone's email address that they associated with Kindle, you could just gift them a Kindle book. I think you still can.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
And so just to say thanks, I sent him this book. And man, he's like, what is this? What do you want for this? I was like,
What do
we've been
you
talking for
want?
months, man. I don't want anything. I want you to read the book out loud and enjoy it. I'm not asking anything more of you. I don't need anything. I promise I'm not Annie Wilkes.
I,
Yeah,
I'm wondering if he
think
had
I
some
said
bad
that.
experiences with
I think he
fans
had
back
too.
in the day.
I
I'm
think he had
wondering.
too.
Yeah.
And so it's like, this is just, you did a mitzvah for me. I love you. It's just a book. Just enjoy it. That's literally it. Unless you contact me, you'll never hear from me again. So, but I'm delighted to hear from you. But take care. I love you. Bye.
Wasn't
And
there
that was
some?
it. And I did not bug him again.
Yeah.
And that's the Hummer story.
I thought you sent him something off of his list on Amazon.
No.
No.
But I found his wish list on Amazon, and it was weird. It was cans of what was on Hummer's list? It was if it hadn't been so bizarre, it would have been sad or funny. But
Or
instead it was
funny.
just
Yeah.
baffling.
Yeah.
It was for crates, gross packages of Libby's corned beef
That's right.
and a new mattress.
What?
That was his wish list. I'm not making it up. It was Libby's corned beef, like the gross size of Libby's corned beef, and
Corned
a new
beef
mattress.
hash?
Just
No,
like
just
the
corned beef.
tinned.
It comes in the cans.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, God.
spam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and a new mattress. And I guess that was a hot night for Hubbard. I don't know.
Had he
But
fallen
yeah.
on hard times?
I
Oh,
mean,
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
He lived for many years on a houseboat and was doing quite well for himself. He retired at 60 from the stage, so he didn't have his girlish figure anymore after a while, and
that was an
Bill was
issue.
handsome.
yeah, I think that might have been
Well, but I mean, the impression I got is that he became very heavy. I think the number probably began with 3 or 4.
yeah.
Seriously?
Well, he it happens to the best of us.
He was.
Um,
There are pictures of him from some of his latter performances in the early '90s before he retired, around 1990, where he's quite large. He's
Yeah.
quite large.
Well, a lot of people, I mean, Fred gained weight too, but I mean, not that much, but he was larger.
We don't really know A, how he looked,
Yeah.
or B, how
Yeah.
he felt about how he looked.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the big thing.
He was fairly isolated the last 15 or 20 years of his
He wouldn't do Big Finish. They were willing to come out to his home. And he said, no, I don't want to be seen.
He was
It's
living in Connecticut, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just these stories I tell very with a lot of love.
Yeah.
It's I gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
The guy was a great guy. Everybody that knew him from Dark Shadows thought he was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
As an actor and as a person. So, he was great that way. So, how about that episode?
Yeah.
In this episode, you also have Julia and Willie Loomis searching for Barnabas because Julia has paid Uncle Nicholas a visit, and he goes, you know what? Come in. I could use some help. I could use a doctor. And she examines Adam, and she's like, I love what she does. She pulls out the steak,
Yeah.
and she goes,
Yeah.
"Where's the coffin? Where's the coffin?" She's right. She's strictly business in this episode.
Yep. Yep.
And Nicholas, he plays coy. He's like, "What coffin? You think I just have a coffin in my house?" Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But
I like when he tells her, "I have no healing powers." I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh, you could do stuff."
Really.
Yes.
But her comment is, "You have knowledge, and that's all you need in this game."
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. So what did you guys think of the interaction between Grayson and Humphrey here? Really great chemistry.
Yep.
Yes, I think it's two old acting heads having a great time with each other. Grayson a little bit older than Humbert, but only about 6 or 7 years. And this is also a great. This is a power play too. This is where because she does this on several occasions to him as his control begins to fade from the situation, and he becomes more desperate and so on with everything that's going on with Adam and everything that's going on with Barnabas, and he's losing control. And his mirror has been stolen by Angelique, so he can't find her. It's just one thing after another. This is sort of a degradation of his sort of power that
Right.
up to this point we've seen that he can wave his hand and people just kind of go away, that kind of thing, or he at least makes threats to that effect. So this is interesting. We're starting to see cracks form in Nicholas's power scheme and his plans, and Angelique has a lot to do with that, obviously.
Yeah.
But so
and
does
she has not moved her coffin, but has another coffin that he knew nothing about.
yeah. She's got a stash of coffins underneath Widow's Hill or something.
Got them wholesale.
Pile of them. Barnabas has left his old coffins down
It's
there.
a subscription service.
Yeah.
I mean,
She had a coffin full of Libby's corned beef.
That's right.
Yeah. It helps to have a spare coffin laying around somewhere, right?
It does. One should always have more than one.
Yes. Yeah, he what you don't see is you don't see her non-body in the coffin in this episode. You see it in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But her body is not in that coffin. That's in his house.
It's going to be a nice build to the next episode. A nice reveal. But he's completely nonplussed, and things are about to go downhill seriously. I mean, they're already started to, but pretty soon he's going to hell. And various other things
yes, he is.
are happening. But this I love this episode for all the dynamics that are happening that really, again, this show, almost every other episode has dynamics going on that opens the door to what's going to happen the next week or whatever, and the writing is just so superior in this, especially.
Who wrote this episode?
Oh,
Sam.
Yeah, Sam wrote this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This for me, this period of the show, this is when I really fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. And this period for me is a core sample of sort of kind of true Dark Shadows. Once he goes to 1897, it kind of becomes one big story, sort of, in a way. Yeah. It's a very different story. It's the second half of the series.
Right.
And the show changes. I mean, it is a better Dark Shadows. I would say it's the show at its best, but it's so good it almost stops being Dark Shadows. It's this interesting reinvention of itself, where it's done rehashing old horror plots, and it's off to something new.
Yes.
But this is really when the gang is together. This is sort of like the Beach Boys before Pet Sounds. I mean, after Pet Sounds, it's this extraordinary thing, but it's different.
Right.
But this is really prime California girl kind of Dark Shadows.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. Right now, we're in our Dark Shadows is in its good vibration stage.
Well, now that would be in Pet Sounds.
Well, actually, it came out before Pet Sounds.
Did it?
Public.
But he put it on there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Well, then, yeah, very much so.
Actually, and then it was it was supposed to go on Smile.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It ended up, because it came out much earlier. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're in a peak creativity. We've got like 3 writers running on all cylinders, particularly 2, Gordon Russell and Sam Hall.
I think this is the same year as Pet Sounds.
67. 60. So this is 68.
Oh, this is 68? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is late 68. So,
yeah, because they're about to do Time Trap, which is what I call the flash forward or the flashback. Yeah. And that was for Christmas.
That's right. Right. That whole week was just the whole thing. And then
that to me, much more than House of Dark Shadows, is my Dark Shadows movie.
Oh yeah, they should have done 1795.
That take on it.
Yeah.
Because it even starts out with sort of the flashback to let the audience know what had happened.
There's an entire episode where they call the actors in and they do 1 5-minute scene, and the rest of it is voiceover of old footage, which is cool because it brings everybody back up to date on what happened before, and what.
It's sort of a Christmas gift for the actors too.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, but this is a surge. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We're about to get the kids possessed, and Quentin is going to show up here fairly soon because we're in November.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, and so within a few weeks, Quentin is going to show up, which means Selby is probably getting ready to do his audition / reading / interview with Dan Curtis, doing a little scene from Summer and Smoke with an acting friend of his. Apparently, that's how that worked out. So they already knew what his voice sounded like. So his story about when I speak, they're gonna think it's terrible, was probably just a funny story that he liked to tell.
Because I don't know how self-conscious he was about the West Virginia.
Yeah,
play.
I mean, there was a little bit of that lilt, that West by God lilt in Quentin, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'd hear something come out. It's like me with the Down East thing.
My favorite,
and I'll drop my G's and my R's.
Yeah, well, because you won't stop talking about Pepperidge Farm. But my favorite verb that I used to use when I was writing the daybook about David Selby was, David Selby was busy Joseph Cottoning his way around the set. He sounded like him. He sounded like Joe Cotton.
You're right.
Especially, go back and listen to him as Jed Leland in Kane, and he sounds just like Quentin.
Wow, I never thought about it. You're right.
You talk about the people as if you own them, Barnabas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Beach Boys album was released in May 16th, 1966.
Okay.
66?
Back even further. Yeah.
66.
Wow, yeah, okay.
That would make sense.
Off by 2.
Because Good Vibrations was 66.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I looked it up.
Thank you.
But I do like the fact that we get Jonathan Fritz Barnabas Collins just wandering through the woods in need of some life because he's been drained of blood by Angelique. So, and I love what they do with the camera here. I love what Leva Swift does. She pans up and into the woods like, is anybody coming to help Barnabas? Question mark.
It's cool. The
Yeah.
only thing they do, which is one of my favorite bloopers because I'm a techie as well as an actor, is that when they um, after she gives the shot to Adam to sort of revive him a little bit, and of course it's going to revive Barnabas as well. They dissolve into Barnabas laying on the ground, and you can see
Uh-huh.
a Fresnel behind him.
Well,
See a
also the
lighting
grass
instrument
ends.
behind him, and then they go, oh, and they move the camera slightly.
You know,
over.
I'll tell you something. I don't see any of it.
I didn't see it ever when I watched it the first several times. The only time I saw a lot of that stuff was when people started making still shots of it.
See, for me, it was the opposite. When I first started watching the show, I said, you know, the moonlight shadows and all that. Now, when I watch it,
Yeah,
I just see the woods. I just see Barnabas.
it doesn't alter my enjoyment or
Sure.
flow of the whole thing. It doesn't, because I've watched it so many times now, and the story obviously is king and always will be. When you work that hard to put something together, that struggle should be rewarded rather than picking at stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But it's there, and I'm that way too. Sometimes I'm of two minds when that happens. So.
Did you notice when he was laying on what was supposed to be grass or the astroturf, whatever it was?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't cover completely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to. It was the cameraman. It wasn't
Right.
It wasn't the fault of the lighting people or
Right.
Fred.
Right.
It was the cameramen weren't framing it correctly when it first
Right.
came up, which is hard to do. Those guys had a hard job too.
Mm-hmm. I still love it. I just love it.
It's
I
great.
love it.
And it doesn't really distract from me.
No.
The whole drama of the situation is, oh, is he going to be able to have enough strength to call for help?
Yeah.
That's the whole essence of that dissolve into where he's at. And so, this is another thing is Fred's going to take a little brief vacation here. He's going to go off to Wincliffe. And
yeah. Now, is this when he did the Dial M for Murder in
No,
that's
1897.
That's in 1897.
Oh, okay.
The doppelganger gets.
So where did he go during this time?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
He may have taken a brief vacation.
Oh, okay.
Anything's possible. This was in late. We could have gone to see family. This was in
what time of year was this?
November.
November
yeah.
68.
So I wasn't going to Fire Island with Louis.
Yeah, well, that would be a little chilly. I don't
In that
think
sumo wrap.
especially in the sumo wrap. I think things would be a little shrunken. But pretty little white sumo wrap.
I remember that picture came out. It was the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Awesome. Behind the scenes, no, in front of the scenes.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to add about this episode?
Now, Joel, can we get you into that sumo wrap?
Sure. Why not? You only live once.
I think Jockey makes one of them now, so we can probably get something.
Size 10, made by Bike.
Mm-hmm. This is an excellent episode for the emergence of
Nicholas
Hoffman's resolve against Nicholas. Definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great episode in terms of we're going to not make the next week or so out about or a couple of weeks about Fred. We're going to make about this stuff now.
Yeah.
And, so
the cool thing here is that it's also a good episode for Nicholas's nettlesome, evolving sense of humanity. It's a monologue he has as he's about to stake Angelique.
Mm-hmm.
And he says something wonderfully un-Nicholas. He talks about there's not going to be any pain.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be. It's just going to wake up. And Nicholas would have been proud of the pain that he would have inflicted earlier.
I'll watch your face contort.
Yeah, and for him to go there, I think it says something a lot about the character.
Sure. And again, that's Sam Hall. He's reaching.
It is.
reaching inside there, and knows that he has an actor who can do it
Yeah.
and make it make sense.
I'm sure Humbert was delighted.
Yeah.
He was great.
He was delighted with a lot of his dialogue. I mean, he
Just
also
great.
got Violet Wells writing stuff for it. Yeah.
All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow night for James Bond. So
Joel, thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. You can get link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Daybook Unbound will be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel. Collins Port After Dark will be in the description box. You can get Chloe Thomas and Alan Gallant on Facebook. Hit them up, message them. We're all big Dark Shadows fans here. So
Absolutely.
Yep.
And you can be too.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Chloe,
right.
I'm gonna contact you right after this. I got a thing.